Welcome back to the Winter Springs Tournament Expert Division qualifying round, hole number 3. Here we're going to be playing a bounce up shot, blasting it down, looking for a cat approach, and setting up for the easy eagle here. Uh, Most likely going to be an in-bringer shot for your eagle. The drive, what we're doing is setting up at the top of the plus 16. So APOC 5 and 6. Um, you'll have 2/3 of your blue ring into the right rough over here. At the top of the 16, APOC 7 is 1/3 of the blue ring in the right rough. And then APOC 8 is blue ring touching the right rough. And that's all at the top of the plus 16. You can play this with any power ball. You can play this with P3 if you want. It's just going to be a full OP shot, right? And if you catch a short rollout, it could mess with your approach shot. So recommend that you use P4 or P5 here. It gives you a slower needle on the drive, and it ensures that your approach shot can be played easily without having to do anything crazy, right? So P3 plus 10 max on the drive, 6 top spin, 2 right spin. We're going to use APOC 5 right curl and full controlled overpower. That is if you switch to a P4 or P5 ball. So no push up, full overpower, and this is APOC 5 right curl, where your center line is just touching or just outside the triangle on the right, like you see here. You can get anything 400 to 430 here on this drive. Kind of depends on the rollout you get. Here I get a speed roll, and I think this was the longest drive that we seen here. It was like 429 or something, 423. And that just, the only thing that really does is it changes the setup for the approach shot, right? So if you get the longer drive, then you don't need to play any OP on your approach. If you get the shorter drive, then you'll play it full OP and you'll use a little bit different curl. Most of the time, we've been getting the longer rollouts, but we're going to use between 5 and 5.5 top, 2 right spin, and what we're doing is setting up with spin added. You want your second bounce to be at max rest here. So he actually should have had a little bit more top spin on this one. You want your second, see his second bounce is there. You want your second bounce to be probably right around here, maybe about 2 rings, ring and a half away from the fairway. So it's a little too far back here. So it'll be a little bit shorter, but you don't want it any closer than I would say here. You know, 1 ring into the snow line there for your second bounce. Now, you don't have to necessarily add more topspin. You could if you wanted. You could just add a little bit of OP to the shot if you wanted to as well. But ideally, you just want to make sure that that second bounce is in the rough by a couple of rings. And with the longer rollout, we don't have to play any OP, and you only need a half a ball right curl. But the adjustment here is 15% max using whatever power ball that you're playing it with. So if you're playing it with P4, then it's P4 15. P5 will be P5 15. And then, you know, half a ball of right curl. And he's playing this just before circle drop OP. So we get the bounce, clip the rough, roll out, and that leaves us a nice, easy end bringer shot for our eagle. Not doing anything crazy here. We want to make sure that we walk away from this one with an eagle. Don't want to be walking away from this one with the birdie. The end bringer shot plays 15% EB rule using whichever power ball you have. So if you're using P4, then play it 15% P4 numbers, and then P5 same. Play it P5 15% at slider using the end bringer rule. One other thing on that approach shot, so that was the longer drive approach shot. If you get the shorter drive where you're between 400 and 410, then what you'll have to do is stretch out to max extension. You set up the same way. You want to have the ball guide looking the same way with the second bounce a couple of rings into the rough. You're going to play it with the same adjustment, 15%. But what you're going to do is play it at full overpower, and then you're going to use more right curl. So you'll curl right until your center line is touching the inside of the shot circle. And that's for the shorter drive. So it'll be right curl until your center line is touching the inside of the shot circle, and it'll be a full controlled overpower shot. That's for the approach shot. One thing you want to make sure when you play that shot and you're setting up at max OP extension, just make sure that you're at least 6 rings off of the rough line on top. That way you don't accidentally overpower it too much and clip the rough on your first bounce. You know, like I said, we want to play this one safe, make sure we're walking away with the eagle. So you need at least 6 rings between your bullseye and the top rough line to play the full OP shot. Otherwise, you know, take a little bit of overpower off of it. Better safe than sorry. The end bringer shot, standard end bringer shot, no spin. Have the ball guy going through the hole, and then make sure you're avoiding any glitches. I haven't seen any glitches here, but that doesn't mean you won't when you play it, right? So just check, make sure there's no glitches. Make sure your ball guide is going slightly through the hole, and play it 15% at slider using whichever power ball you are using. No glitch, through the hole, center cup. And you should be good to go on this one. Easy eagle. This is even with the best of wins, this is a tough albatross hole. So nice to walk away with the easy eagle and not have to worry about much here. So good luck. I hope you get it, and we'll catch you on the next one.